All right, so moving on to the final segment, I'll be sharing my fight prediction on this weekend's fight taking place in the UFC between Derrick Lewis and Jailton Almeida. I'll be sharing my fight prediction on this weekend's fight. So this fight will be taking place in the UFC this weekend. This will be a heavyweight matchup taking place in the UFC where you have Jailton Almeida coming in. He's currently on a 14-fight win streak and coming off of his first submission victory of his UFC career. Then you have Derrick Lewis, who I'm really surprised is fighting this weekend after getting in trouble with the law, speeding at a rate of over 130 miles per hour. Luckily, he is still in line to fight this weekend. But Derrick Lewis is coming off a big win at UFC 291 against Marcus Lima, which was the upset victory at UFC 291. Winning that fight by a flying knee strike to extend his knockout record to a total of 14 victories coming away of knockout. So both of these guys are riding some momentum heading into this fight Saturday night and this heavyweight collision taking place in the UFC. So my tail to tape for this fight: Jailton Almeida. Jailton Almeida, as I get tongue-tied, is 19-2. He has 7 victories coming away of knockout. Currently the 9th ranked heavyweight in the UFC today. He stands at 6'3" and has a reach advantage of 79 inches. Then you look at Derrick Lewis. He's currently 27-11. He has 22 victories coming away of knockout. Also stands at 6'3" and has a reach advantage of 79 inches. So in terms of height and in terms of reach advantage, this is spot on because both guys stand at 6'3" and both have a reach advantage of 79 inches. That stat line always intrigues me in combat sports. But moving on to that, keys to victory, if these guys want to make a name, want to make a statement in the heavyweight division that currently is up for grabs right now in terms of being the top dog, since John Jones is out due to an injury. He's going to be sidelined for the next 6 to 8 months. Even though there's going to be a heavyweight championship, interim heavyweight championship fight taking place in the next few weeks of the UFC at UFC 295, it's important for Jailton Almeida and Derrick Lewis for one of these men to become victorious on Saturday night and have their say and why they deserve a shot at the interim heavyweight championship in the near future in the UFC. But with that being said, keys to victories for both respective fighters this weekend. Jailton Almeida, his keys to victory is using his bread and butter, and that's in the grappling department. I do believe that his best key to victory to win this fight against Derrick Lewis on Saturday is his abilities to be a great grappler and wear down Derrick Lewis. Derrick Lewis is actually a bad defensive fighter in terms of wrestling department. He's not a good defensive fighter against good grapplers. I do believe that Jailton Almeida can take Derrick Lewis to school on the mats, can take him to school on the mats and shoot for a lot of takedowns. I think that's going to be his bread and butter to winning this fight on Saturday. And then you look at Derrick Lewis. If he wants to be victorious on Saturday, I do believe that he's going to have to win this fight on standing up. There's no shot that he's going to win this fight if the fight continues to go down on the mats. He has to win this fight standing up with Jailton Almeida. And I do believe that's going to be his best key to victory for this fight because he has to time his shots perfectly. He has to be patient. He has to land he has to be patient, pick his shot perfectly, whether that's landing a flying knee strike, whether that's landing a significant head kick or a significant strike to get Jailton Almeida down and you go to town by landing strikes on the ground. I think that's Derrick Lewis's best shot at winning this fight. And it has to be because he's, like I said, Jailton Almeida and his department, his bread and butter is grappling. Derrick Lewis is a KO artist and one of the best knockout artists in the UFC today. He's a closer, he's a finisher as a knockout artist. Derrick Lewis has to keep the fight on the ground if he wants to be successful on Saturday night. But with that being said, I have Jailton Almeida to win this fight via submission on Saturday night against Derrick Lewis. Jailton Almeida has won his last 12 out of 19 fights coming away of submission. He's going to take Derrick Lewis to school. I do believe that he's going to shoot for a lot of takedowns. I do believe he's going to keep Derrick Lewis grounded on the mats. And I do believe that's going to wear down Derrick Lewis, who is not a good not a good defense fighter against wrestlers. And he's not a good fighter against grapplers. That is his kryptonite in the UFC. As long as Jailton Almeida keeps Derrick Lewis grounded and keeps him on the mats and wears him down, I do believe that he can easily defeat Derrick Lewis on Saturday and win this fight via submission if he keeps Derrick Lewis grounded on the mats for a very long time. But that is my fight prediction in this heavyweight division, a matchup between Jailton Almeida and Derrick Lewis. That is all the time I have for you guys today. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. This is your host, Thomas Tyree, signing off, and I'll see you guys on next week's episode.